understand that we have a bunch of moderators. We have a bunch of new moderators in the last couple of weeks, actually. And the thing about it is, Twitch rules and Discord rules are different. And things that happen in the Twitch chat, whether it's stupid shit that pops up in the Channel 5 video or something that I'm watching on YouTube, and it becomes a moment, that doesn't mean that every single thing is allowed in the Discord. And we had a couple of people get kicked out this week, so I wanted people to be aware that no matter what happens on my Twitch or anywhere else, on any of my social media, you gotta understand my Discord is a safe space. There's some people in here who have heard me say this like 1,000 times, but I'm gonna continue to say it because this doesn't get said ever, and I need to say it. My Discord has no homophobia, no sexism, no racism, and no transphobia. So make sure when you go in there, you know what jokes you're making and what not you're making, what you're saying to who, what you're not saying, and make sure that you don't think that it's sweet and you can do whatever you want in there, because there's a lot of people in there that we really care about, and we don't want those people to feel alienated. So please, for my sake, just try your best to be respectful of everybody when you do go into the Discord. I don't have a way to record Twitch, so yeah, I'm just gonna say it myself. Fuck it.
It's hard. Easy is not an option. It's hard living. Life is hard. You will go through things, and while you're going through them, you can't understand why it's happening to you. But after you go through it, you get back and you look at it and you say, oh, now I understand why I needed that lesson. And you look at it and embrace whatever comes to you. Don't run from it. Step toward it. Don't try and duck it like most people do. See, most people want it easy. See, easy come, easy what? Easy go.
All right, let's get going.
Did you forget something?
Yeah, I didn't state my pronouns before I entered the newsroom today. So embarrassing. It's the same kind of humiliation like if you've ever had a dream where you show up for work naked, but you don't realize it until you get to work. So embarrassing.
You are naked.
Didn't notice that. Surprisingly, not embarrassed though. I must have forgotten to get dressed after I did the morning drag show for kids. Welcome to tonight's mental terrorism. The people are finding things out and our whole house of cards is crumbling, but we're still trying to save it with our top stories we'll deceive you about this evening.
Today we have been blessed with one of the most wild videos I've ever seen. Unfortunately, I can't show it because it gets a little too graphic, but I think just describing it would work just fine. Basically what happened is that yesterday at the Museum of Fine Arts, Vin Diesel took a dump right on top of the Mona Lisa. This wasn't any normal dump. This thing was bigger than Morbius was for movie theaters across America. The Mona Lisa still hasn't been cleaned because nobody wants to go near that massive stinker. They had to leave the building quickly. They may have died like Battlefield 2042 a few days after it came out. Anyways, back to the video. Obviously the man recording had to evacuate too, so the video ends shortly after this, but before it ends we get one last surprise. Vin Diesel looks at the camera and shouts it's all about family and then vanishes into thin air.
Now, a lot of people online have been getting mad at James Corden for his behavior that got him banned from the Valdezar restaurant, while not being sensitive to the fact that James Corden is really fat. You know, I can only imagine how medically cranky James Corden began to feel watching meals get consumed at tables other than his, and at least he showed the servers the respect of complaining, rather than walking back to the kitchen, ripping off his shirt, demanding it's food time, and then eating every meal in sight, including the plates and Tupperware. Listen, it's one thing to inconvenience some random, unfamous, skinny person, but James Corden needs 9,000 calories minimum just to maintain karaoke mass. And he doesn't have time for chef or server error while trying to get through his third dinner without missing his fourth reservation. And denying James Corden his rightful carbohydrates should be considered a civil rights violation. I applaud James Corden for sticking up for the next fat celebrity demanding special treatment at a restaurant. And Lord help me if I'm going to stand by and watch some server allow Mr. Corden's body to go in baguette withdrawal. Never forget that James Corden's a celebrity, which makes you dirt in comparison to him, both in terms of size and stature. Hashtag Team Corden.
By the way, the fine folks who control our puppet strings didn't approve those people to think those thoughts in the poll. So with the upcoming social credit score system we'll be pushing, they'll be sorry. Look forward to seeing the polls after that. Moving along. In our efforts to be even better at clubbing your mind like a baby seal with our fear-mongering, we have breaking news! We've just received reports that a completely uncensored comedy special is being released today. It's called Please Censor This, by so-called comedian and confirmed dangerous extremist. In spite of the ever-growing censorship that big tech uses to protect you, the comedian found a way to stick a middle finger in the face of the censors to bring Please Censor This to the world by partnering with free speech platforms Rumble and Locals. This leaves us utterly helpless in our efforts to censor, shut down, and ban what the thought police definitely don't approve of. Worse yet, Please Censor This is the first ever comedy special made specifically for freedom lovers by a freedom lover, which is obviously fascism and threatens our democracy and our whole damn agenda. However, even though this special is causing more outrage and harm than using the wrong pronoun on a college campus, it is being tyrannically acclaimed by some of your favorite leaders. Here's what they had to say.
So many people tell me they used to my chopping, cause I've been at it for hella reducing the jocking. And I'm a killer with all the juice that I'm dropping, so they missing all my lyric abuse when it's popping. Use in the coffin, do what you're stopping, producing the zoos, a huge used to walking. But taking need to be letting loose, use the mouse. And a heckler set them like a news dude, an option. 36 years, busting, giving the most of people my wordy shit. Here's nothing sniffing the dope and wicked early hits here. Sucking dirty dicks near, pumping nerdy pricks. We're husky when I'm giving the people, they think it like it's type of therapy. They get the reason not too many are not aware of me. If you know with me in a jiffy, you never care to be. You're scared of me, cause I am the killer, bringing the clarity with the speed. I'm giving them all I got, I'm kinda feeling like they're waiting for my motherfucking lips to bleed this degree. They don't want a script to read, they want me talking about I'm dripping like a dick disease. And it is no surprise, it's your demise. Go for my best tech when I vocalize. The fold, the five is gonna slow the lies when I speed them up and I put them into overdrive. Close your eyes.
Picture me impressed like an IG flex. Rocker strong on the mic and exercise these peps. With breath control, ironclad like a night getting dressed. I pull up biting rappers card and call it ID check. See, I don't chase clout, but I'm still a track star. Shine on every beat like a black eye till I leave that chart. You gon' need your shade to keep you warm when I go flash. Why they lapping up these DC origin stories like it's NASCAR? They want me to cool down, they say I'm too fired up. Been having some episodes since they lit the pilot. Y'all gon' get this clinch fist, raise a half a mile up. To be honest, killers in the penitentiary lineup. Said I gotta show some skin, keep them interested. But I bear it all in every stanza, every measure dressed. Work them fingers to the bone till the digits fractured. To show the difference between the real ones and the manufactured. Right.
Half the magi who moves matter like black lives. Same energy for the enemies of my allies. Have-nots, underrepresented, disenfranchised, past due. We ain't through with you by a damn sight. High caliber diaspora, time traveler, pit with more torque than a wildcat challenger. Vice chancellor, fine mannequin, Mike handler. All of my bag after the Benjamins like Danica. No biz like showbiz until COVID. Opiates stole a hero and left no prints. All this drama makes it hard to stay focused. It's still fuck 1245th and his 4 kids. True believer since DMC rocked them Luciditas. Sprinkle voodoo and in the stew like a blue head ear. Lucid dreamer grew up pissing off the music teacher. Guess I wanted life, wife looking like the new Aaliyah.
Got the Times Square view to it. While 2 bitches lay in my bed, I'm used to it. That's your best friend giving me head. Now you do it. See, mommy, it's not so weird. After I hit, I cut you off like Picasso ear. Van Gogh or whoever. Goddamn, Cole, you're too clever. Like a fucking James Brown sample. You're too ever. Times 2, that's forever. More treble, meaning more high-end shit on your level. Put the fear God in niggas, I'm pure devil. Walking contradiction, my description. Off the top magician, compositions, non-fiction. Shit it in the competitions. Pot the piss and gone, so long, Saturdays a nigga used to mow lawns, Nowadays a nigga be eating prawns. Fuck my bitch by the window, wave to the peeping toms, Yes, I'm Carolina's finest. Southern nigga with New York stamps. Honest, out in Queens with the fiends, I'm your highness. Cold world, don't mistake it for a sinus infection. At this point, I'm just flexing. Bosses next in line and intense his time. Play the game right, nigga, he gon' rest his mom. In the sands of Sudan where she rests her mind and find peace, cause the son'll be fine. He got the city on his back and I got him on mine. You think I'm lying? Shit. Step 1, got the Ville on that. Shit I predicted in my raps, I done did all that. Yes, please, eat rappers, check please. Here's a tip, why niggas grip my testes. You want shoot, then shoot, don't play with me. Hardest shit out the South since slavery, nigga. Talk that talk. Hardest shit out the South since slavery, nigga.